So, I hit 36 that night. Not that I was keeping score, birthdays lost their sparkle after 30, you know? But this one was supposed to be different, special even. My fiancée, Cynthia, had hyped it up, promising a cozy shindig at our place with our tightest crew. Just good vibes, some drinks, music, and laughter. I wasn't expecting a Broadway show or anything, just a warm night to remind me I was loved, that she had my back. Little did I know, I was strolling right into the start of our unraveling. At first, everything seemed picture perfect. Our apartment buzzed with friends chattering and chuckling, their voices bouncing off the walls. Cynthia had gone all out, candles flickering romantically, my favorite whiskey chilling in an ice bucket, and a small chocolate cake with "Happy Birthday, Alan," scrawled in fancy gold icing. When I stepped out of the bedroom, she planted a quick kiss on my cheek. "Tonight's all about you, babe," she purred in my ear. Spoiler alert, she was full of it. About an hour into the party, I spotted him. Some dude I didn't recognize, tall, oozing charm, dressed like he knew every woman in the room was clocking his every move. I figured he was someone's plus one, no biggie. He was posted up by the bar, drink in hand, chatting up a couple of our pals. Cool, whatever. But then Cynthia sauntered over to him, and my gut started whispering that something was off. I told myself she was just playing the gracious hostess, until I caught that laugh. Not just any laugh, but the laugh. The flirty, head-tilted back giggle she usually saved for me when we were tangled up in bed, trading silly teases. Her fingers grazed his arm, and his hand brushed her waist like it was the most natural thing in the world. My chest tightened like someone had cranked a vice around my heart. I tried to play it cool. Didn't want to be that guy, you know? So I poured myself another whiskey, muttering to myself that it was probably nothing. Cynthia's friendly, right? She's got that magnetic charm that draws people in like moths to a flame. But friendly doesn't mean clutching some guy's wrist when he cracks a joke or leaning in close while he whispers sweet nothings in her ear, her giggles practically echoing through the room. I stood there, frozen, watching for 10 minutes, then 20, like a ghost haunting my own dang birthday party. My fiancée was flirting right in front of me, acting like I was invisible. Our friends started picking up on the vibe. A few shot me those awkward, pitying glances you never want to see. One buddy even sidled up and muttered, "You holdin' up, man?" I flashed a fake grin, said I was fine, but inside, I was a mess. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I drifted over, silent as a shadow, just as this guy leaned in close to Cynthia, saying something that made her squeal with laughter, her hand landing square on his chest like she was staking a claim. In that moment, she didn't even look like the woman I knew. She spun around, saw me, and her smile dropped like a bad stock. "Oh hey babe," she chirped all fake cheer. "This is Daniel, Claire's friend. He just got back from Bali and was telling me the wildest story." "Daniel can hop on the next plane back to Bali," I cut in, my voice low and steady, but sharp enough to slice through the thumping music. The room went dead quiet, like someone had hit the mute button. I swear I heard someone fumble with the stereo, turning it down. Cynthia let out a nervous laugh, tossing her hair like she was auditioning for a rom-com. "Oh, come on, Alan, don't be that guy. We're just chatting, chill out." "Chatting with your hand plastered on his chest?" I shot back, raising an eyebrow. "That the hot new way to chat these days, Cynthia?" She rolled her eyes, reaching for my arm with that condescending little smirk she'd perfected. "Don't make a scene, babe. You're embarrassing yourself." That's when it hit me like a ton of bricks. She wasn't embarrassed about flirting with some rando in front of me. She was embarrassed that I had the nerve to call her out. She wanted me to just eat it, smile, and keep the party rolling like a good little boy. I stepped back, shaking my head. "Nah, Cynthia, you made the scene the second you forgot I was even in this room. Forgot whose birthday this is. Forgot who you're supposedly engaged to." Her eyes went wide, like a deer caught in headlights, and she opened her mouth to spew some excuse, but I wasn't having it. "You think I'm blind?" I said, my voice calm but cold as ice. "You think I haven't noticed the late replies, the girls' weekends that don't add up, the way you've been pulling away for months? This little show just sealed the deal." She stammered, trying to find her footing. "Alan, you're blowing this way out of proportion." "No," I said, cutting her off with a raised hand. "I've been underreacting for too long. I'm done." I looked around at the stunned faces of our friends, their drinks frozen halfway to their lips. "Party's over, folks. Cynthia, you can crash with Daniel tonight, or wherever you want. Just not here. Not with me." I turned on my heel and headed for the bedroom, shutting the door behind me with a soft click. The apartment filled with the awkward shuffle of people grabbing their coats, murmuring goodbyes. The front door opened and closed, over and over, until the place was silent. Cynthia knocked once, her voice muffled through the door. "Alan? Babe, come on, let's talk." I didn't answer. She didn't knock again. By the time I heard her heels click away, I knew she was gone. I sank onto the edge of the bed, staring at the floor. 35 years old, and I'd been planning to kick off a new chapter with her. Marriage, maybe kids, the whole deal. Instead, I was closing the book on us. I didn't cry, didn't throw anything. I just sat there, letting the betrayal, the humiliation, and the crystal-clear truth sink in. It was like a fog lifting, showing me exactly what I'd been too stubborn to see. By morning, my phone was blowing up. 17 texts from Cynthia, a mix of apologies, excuses, and her favorite line, "It was just the booze, Alan, you're overreacting." She swore nothing happened, that it didn't mean anything. But here's the thing. If it really meant nothing, she wouldn't have done it on the one night that was supposed to mean everything to me. I didn't respond. 2 days later, I packed up her stuff, her clothes, her fancy candles, her half-used bottles of overpriced lotion, and left them with a neighbor. Then I called a locksmith and changed the locks. Done. That night taught me something I'll never forget. Sometimes, people don't tell you who they are with words. They show you in the moments they think you're not looking. And when they do, you don't need to ask questions or argue. You just walk away, head high, and don't look back. Cynthia's probably out there somewhere, rolling her eyes and calling me dramatic to anyone who'll listen. But me? I'm moving on, wiser and a little more guarded, but ready for whatever comes next.